Okay, I'm in a 4x4 room, like 4 walls, just me and like four old ass dudes, right? And fucking in those jeans just playing, right? I'm like, God damn, man. They take forever. I'm just trying to get a pin, get the fuck up out of here, man. These motherfuckers, man. Next thing I know, goddamn Tyrese comes on. What's that goddamn song Tyrese sings? How you gonna act like that? I'm like, oh hell no. Then old OG comes in, young Unk, man. He had his sweatsuit on. He's trying to get him some weed, so he's chilling. He comes in. All of a sudden, we're halfway through the song. I hear, me bring it up." I'm like, oh hell no, this motherfucker's hitting notes. Hey, go, bro. You gotta go. You gotta go. You can't be chilling over there. Go on the goddamn. But so he's over here, goddamn singing falsettos. I'm like, I'm just trying to get some weed. All these men, why y'all got R&B music blasting? Although Tyrese, that is a classic. How you gonna act like that, man? But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pucks Out Here podcast episode. What are we on? 9. Episode 9. Very, very rare. You know what time it is. Appreciate everybody tuning back in. I know the last episodes, they've been a little low energy because life has been a little rough. As far as, like I told you, life is life, and we don't give a fuck about that. One thing I do on this podcast is I do like what I like to call it a OTD, right? Which my whole idea was I was going to do this thing where it's basically on this day OTD, and we were gonna have a little drop where it goes on this day by Edge, but that didn't end up working out so far. And right now I ran over my laptop again, so we're working on getting that fixed. So I've just been recording off the phone, which has been a fucking nightmare. And I've also been what else have I been doing off the phone? Running a brand off the phone. You don't know nothing about the difficulties of running a clothing brand off your fucking phone. They're like, oh well, it's great that you can do that nowadays. No, it's fucking not. Not when you're 33 and you fucking need some type of visual fucking thing when you're 33. You're like, God damn, but man, and to make you even crazier, my fucking whip got stolen this past week, bro. My Honda Element, y'all know the Honda Element. Very fucking love this thing. This is one of my favorite pride and joys. It's one of the only vehicles that I can get in that's not a minivan. My whole life I was whipping around in a minivan, right? Minivan this, minivan that. We can only get minivans for your vehicles. But now they got this goddamn Honda Element, or at the time they had this Honda Element. So it was like, oh, not only am I not in a goddamn minivan, but I'm in the front seat. It was just next level shit. So this whip, it's handicapped up. It's got no front seat in it to get in the whip, whatever. So it's super teched out, right? Well, I get a fucking call at like 2 a.m., bro, from the Marine Police. And they fucking say, yo, do you know that your whip has been stolen and it's out here, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, what the fuck? They're like, well, can you get it or we got to tow the shit? I'm like, well, it's 2 a.m. I'm not about to just hop in another whip. I can't. But what's going to make this thing so much more difficult than it already is because I cannot hop in a goddamn another vehicle, okay, because I'm in a goddamn wheelchair. Anybody else? And I'm not saying like pitiful poor me. I'm just giving you the realities of it so I'm like, yeah, go ahead, tow it, whatever. So they tow it. So then it's 2:33. I just crack a goddamn uh, C4 and I'm like, fuck it, we're up. Like, we're fucking up now. Like, gotta deal with this shit. So I'm like, how did it get stolen though, right? My buddy left the fucking keys in the whip because we went to go see the Clipse, which is something that we'll talk about later on. We went to go see the Clipse in Cleveland, 3 hour drive. We get back, we're fucking exhausted. We get back at 3 a.m. I don't know if the keys fell out. I don't know. He's kind of a fucking idiot. So that's kind of just what happened. But you know what? I thought about it and I was like, you know what? It's my vehicle. I should have been responsible and I should ask this motherfucker, yo, what's good? Do you have the keys? Can I get the keys back from you? And I did not do that. So it is on me. So yeah. So anyway, we got the whip. It's in the impound, and we got to get this motherfucker out. So next thing I know, the cop knocks on my door at like 4 a.m. Lady cop, you know what? She's cool. And I write out a statement saying I was just sleeping. She's like, yo, nothing's damaged in your car, but it's at the pound. You can just get your caregiver to go get it. So I call in the morning and I'm like, yo, what is needed to get my whip? So he's like, well, you're going to need $307, which is like, what the fuck? Then you're going to need your ID, a copy of this, a copy of that, a copy of this, your fucking birth certificate, goddamn, you, a picture of your asshole, maybe some blood drawn, the whole goddamn shit. So I'm like, God damn, all right. And so I'm like, yo, I can't get up there. They're like, well, that's going to be a problem because you're going to have to write a thing that says and get it notarized. I'm like, what in the fuck, man? So my caregiver comes over. We're trying to get this paper notarized. They're not notarizing it. They're laughing me out of the building because who just two random people making a statement saying it's like this whole problem is I can't get into another vehicle to go up there and get my vehicle, which is stolen last night. So it was just an absolute fucking nightmare, and we ended up I had to call the cops, right? And I'm like, yo, maybe the cops could put a word in. So I called the cops. Now, if you listen to this podcast, definitely the last episode before last, you'll know that there's been a little situation with me and the cops and Sergeant Dyer here in Moraine, Ohio. Okay, so I am calling them and I'm like, yo, here's my situation. I can't get my whip. Can you put in a word? Can you do something? It got stolen and they're not trying to give it back to me, and I have no way of getting up there. Well, she's like, yeah, let me put you on hold. So they put me on hold. I'm not even kidding, for like 30 minutes, and they know it's me at this point. I'm like 100% sure they know it's me. And if they don't know it's me, then the universe is crazy. Because as you guys have seen, I've been on a rampage about the Moraine Police Department because of them trying to take me out of my home. You'll realize because on some handicap shit, you'll listen to that 2 episodes back if you haven't. Okay, so I'm ready, and I have been harassing these motherfuckers. I'm talking about every single post that these motherfuckers post on social media. I'll go, Sergeant Dyer is a disgrace to the force. You should be embarrassed to have him. Every single post, like it'll just be a post of like a lost dog, and I'll just be like, Sergeant Dyer is an absolute disgrace. I mean, just absolutely lighten their ass up. Okay, well, I'm on hold for like about, I swear to God, it had to be 30 minutes. All of a sudden, they get on the phone. Yeah, Sergeant Dyer here. I was like, yo, you gotta be kidding. So now the dude that I have been, I mean, this guy, it's like I put his picture up on my wall and I was throwing darts at it. Okay, that's the level. Not literally, but figuratively. You understand what I'm saying to you? So I'm like, oh my God, they got to be fucking with me. And, this is a good one for the chat to realize. Were they fucking with me, you think? Or were they like not fucking with me? Who knows? But so I'm like, yo, what's up? He goes, I understand you got your car stolen and you don't want to get it. You want your caregiver to get it. And I was like, well, I can't get it. It's not that I don't want to get it. It's like I just have no other way to get it. It's too far for me to drive my wheelchair to go fucking tell them that it's mine. It's like I have no way of telling these motherfuckers it's mine other than my ID and the blood drawn sample and the sperm sample and every goddamn thing else that they need. So, um, he goes, okay, well, what's your name? And I was like, Austin. And he goes, last name. And I went, Pucky, you may know it. And he goes, oh, okay. And then he goes, I'm gonna make some calls and I'll call you right back. I'm like, yo, it's a wrap. Like this dude, if anything, he's gonna make it worse for me. I've made this guy like all I've done is complain and post and talk about him on my podcast that nobody listens to, but it's still a thing. So, and I'm like, oh man, what the fuck, dude? How in the universe, out of all these people, like this cop answered the phone, my number one goddamn, one that I want to just absolutely smack. Like it's a wrap. So, he fucking ends up calling me back. He ends up calling me back and says, yo, I put in a word for you. I said, yo, he needs to get this whip back. We take responsibility for it. It got stolen and we had to take it there. And that's why it's there and he needs it back. And I was like, wow. So I went and like tried to find all the comments that I had left on the page and like deleted them. And I was like, yo, Sergeant Dyer, good dude. Take back everything I said about him. So take back what I said about anything about the Moraine Police Department and Sergeant Dyer. Okay, shout out to you, bro. Fuck with you, hard body. But now I don't know if you guys remember the firefighter. We still got beef with the firefighter, and I am blocked from the Marine Firefighter Department page. So that's neither here nor there. But dude, one thing I was so fucking hype on though, I was what did I say? Oh, I don't know what stopped me from doing the OTD, but what I was going to do about the OTD is that it's been 22 years since goddamn Juelz Santana came out with his album From Me to You. 22 years. Now, this album to me is so important and more important to me than it may be to other people. Okay? When this album came out, I was on a trip. I was 12 years old and I was on a trip with my mom to New York City. Okay. And the first day we got there, that evening, somebody had this album on the corner on bootleg. Bootleg CDs were huge at this time. When you were in New York, you could grab a bootleg CD at every corner almost. So we had grabbed. I was so excited and knew that this album was coming out. And I think it was maybe even a couple days before. I think this came out like the 19th. I think we got there like the 16th, something like that. I'm really good at dates, so I know. So we grabbed the CD on bootleg and I ended up putting it in my Walkman. And Juelz Santana From Me to You ended up being the soundtrack to my 4-day trip in New York with my mom. You know what I'm saying? So this album had so many good fucking songs on it. You don't even understand. This was a New York rapper, and now I'm in New York with my yellow Walkman going through these. My mom's taking me to these great parts. My mom's taking me past Harlem. My mom's taking me to Queens. My mom's taking me to, these legendary places in New York City. And I'm listening to Juelz Santana during the time. And it's just like, yo, this is so incredible. Like, I'm rocking these chains. I'm rocking these fake, to these things. And I'm rocking. I remember there's a do-rag. There's like no pictures of me with a do-rag. It's like so unbelievably sad. But yeah, so but this album, man, From Me to You, to me, I have to be honest, there's more songs on this album that I like yeah, chill, than there is on Purple Haze, probably. And I know that's like a crazy thing to say, but I probably like more songs on Juelz From Me to You than I like on Cam's uh, Purple Haze. Dead ass. And that's a crazy thing to say, but I really do. I think it may be a personal thing. I'm not saying it's the great thing, but you had like and Just Blaze, Heat Makers. They were lacing him with these beats on this project and these high pitched soul samples that were so good. I know Kanye was doing the same thing at the time, but it was like all three of these guys, like Just Blaze and Heat Makers, and they were just absolutely lacing Juelz with beats that you really didn't even need hooks to because the hooks are already in the samples most of the time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but he had some great songs on here. You know what I mean? You had obviously the Juelz Dip Santana set. Hey yo, I be with a gang harangue. Hey man, that song Nazi Kamikaze. That motherfucker is crazy for some of those bars, bro. What does that even mean? But no, that album. What other songs? So there's so many. I wrote some songs down on there. Oh man, you had the classic record. If you didn't cry your eyes out to this one, the summer nights I wish that raindrops would fall. Come on, man, what the fuck? That's a soul record. That's for the thugs to cry out to right there, man. That's for the thugs to cry out to. Y'all don't know nothing about that, but no, that's a great song. Monster music, on. Dipset, let's get it on. Dipset, let's get it on. Um, Man, just like, dude, I could go on for days. It's like all these records, like bam, bam, bam. There's these beats, these cinematic beats, man. This shit sounded like a fucking movie. That's why when you're 12 years old, listening to this album that you had just got for the first time, and you're running around New York with these cinematic sounds from a New York rapper, is absolutely incredible, man. So shout out to my mom, shout out to Juelz Santana, shout out to Dipset. This time period was just incredible, man. For Dipset, for rap music, for Jeff Hamilton jackets, okay? Incredible time period, man. But so Puck's music, I gotta say Puck's music. Goddamn, that's the. Anyway, so Puck's, it's Puck's Out Here podcast, man. We'll be right back.
live from Dayton, Ohio. It's the Pucks Out Here podcast.
Kind of my take on sneaker culture and just the cooknicity of it, the cookinicity of sneaker culture. But this has been a good year. This has been a good year of releases. So I'm going to go ahead and give my, in good fashion, top 5 sneakers, personal top 5 favorite sneakers of the year so far. First one, unheard of, the Piggy Runner Adidas. This is a great shoe, man. Shout out to Philip. You did a good job here, buddy. This Piggy, love this shoe. Love both colorways. Love the surprise shock drop colorway with the blue and the pink. Packaging is stupid. That's another thing, man. When you have packaging and storytelling in your sneakers, who gives a fuck about what it looks like, honestly? But no, this is just a great shoe. Really telling the story of Cincinnati, pigs, the whole thing. So shout out to Phil, man. Adidas Piggy Runner, number 5. Best shoe of the year. Personal favorite shoe of the year, I should say. Number 4, personal favorite shoe of the year. Undefeated 4. What do you say about this one? I would definitely put the orange laces in if I got them. 20 years deep. I remember how deep this project, or how, just sought after this shoe was for so long. And definitely, if you come from the Nike Talk era, and if you come from that kind of time period, this this Jordan 4 would mean a lot to you. So it does. It's definitely means a lot to me. So definitely undefeated 4 at number 4 for the best sneakers of my personal favorite sneakers. Okay, you got to say that. You got to say personal favorite because it takes away from all criticism. Okay, because it's like, what can you say? It's the guy's personal choice, bro. You know. Number 3, I'm gonna go. This could be considered the number 1 shoe of the year, but I'm gonna give it the number 3 shoe of the year. The Concrete Little Yachty. Lucky Green Air Force One. That is a fucking banger. You see this shoe everywhere. When you see certain shoes everywhere, it kind of takes away the umph of them, and you maybe, at least for me, when I see everybody rocking a shoe, I don't necessarily like the shoe as much as I did. But I will say that didn't happen. That effect did not happen with this Little Yachty shoe. I saw everybody rocking the Little Yachty, the little boat boy. Everybody rocking these shoes, and it still looked really fucking good, dude. So, the Little Yachty, Kelly Green, and hey, Yachty got him a little deal ski over there at Nike, huh? I like this first shoe, honestly, too. I like his Adidas shoe is great, or not Adidas, his his first Nike Air Force One was really like a really good shoe. Everybody was hating on it or thought it was normal or whatever, but just brings back a feeling. I think he knows what he's doing. I think he just has money to have a. Here's the thing about Yachty. Yachty has money to have a good archive to the point where he can just make some good shit and pull from the archive, and I respect that. I respect that totally. So that's number 3, personal favorite shoe of the year. Yachty, Kelly Green, Lucky Green, whatever the fuck, Air Force One. Number 2, the Jellyfish Adidas Pharrell. This joint is crazy, man. The packaging on this thing alone, it doesn't even matter. The packaging and storytelling alone on this shoe is top notch. You get the bag with it would come in, a fish would come in, and the whole Virginia tie-in. I'm not really a seafood expert or I guess jellyfish isn't a seafood, but I'm not really into the sea, and I'm not into the ocean and shit. But I know Virginia beach, all that, right? Jellyfish, I get it. So this is an incredible shoe. No, I love this shoe, man. Bulky as hell, bro. I like to stomp a motherfucker out on knees, boy. God damn. The Jellyfish, man. So that's my number 2 personal favorite of the year. There's the poor man version kind of fucked it up for me. I'm gonna keep it real. When I looked at the poor man version, I was like, God, I don't really think this is gonna fuck up the main one because people are gonna know I pay. You know what I'm saying? Not that it matters, but people are not gonna know that I flexed 300 for the kicks when they got this little 170, 150 giant that looks the same to 90% of the universe. So. But number 2, personal favorite shoe of the year, Adidas Jellyfish. And number 1, personal favorite shoe of the year, the Awake 5. Shout out Angelo Bach. This shoe is incredible. Both colorways are incredible. The pink, the black and blue. The way this guy was able to add Awake and NY where the 23 would be and the A in the netting, absolutely next level. I think the way he just was able to to just modify, like just put his stamp on the shoe, and the way Jordan let him color the shoe and the way Jordan let him just design the shoe is incredible. Like I said, my favorite part is the netting being the A is so dope to me. The NY on the heel, so dope to me. The pink, so dope. The blue, so dope. I didn't know these shoes had just came out. I don't follow releases, but I know that I've been seeing this shoe like all year on people. So I guess he had just been seeding people since like May or March, I think he said, and just been going since then. But yeah, man, wow, what a great shoe, dude. That's a banger, man. And I know there's been some heat over the release. I don't really know anything about that, nor do I give a flying fuck. But yeah, Awake 5, personal favorite shoe of the year so far. This is all so far based, by the way. I wasn't saying that and all the things, but definitely all based so far. But yeah, man, went to the Clipse concert this past weekend, and look, didn't have a great time. Great show, had a terrible time. Let's just keep it real. I don't know what my deal is with going to concerts and the entitlement that I have when I try to go to these things. I don't know if it comes from having a little backstage pass situation from when I was younger or what, but I just act like a fool at these shows, and I get there and I immediately see a line and I'm like, nope, got to get past it. And it's like, who am I to get past that? Who am I to get past that? What is it in my head that thinks, oh, nah, I'm going to get past this? Now, in reality, handicap wise, I should be getting past it just because it's fucking easy. But on some popularity shit, why? So I get up in there and they let us get in there and they wait in the lobby and they go, wait till the tickets are scanned. They're not thing. So I'm already mad that I don't have fucking those type of tickets to like meet Pusha T, say what up to Malice, you know what I mean? Say what up to Upscale Vandal. I'm already mad that I don't have the tickets for that. And yeah, so we're sitting there and I'm like, I got a big thing with like fair and shit, right? So we've been sitting there for like 30 minutes. Dude comes in with his son. His son's on crutches. The guy comes in that's scanning the tickets. He looks at the tickets, no wait at all, lets him go in. Turns around to me and I go, "Yo, when are we going in?" He goes, "Oh, when the doors open." I say, "Whoa, what?" He goes, "I just let them in because they're my friends." And I was like, and he laughed as if I was gonna laugh with him. Bro, I wanted to smack the fuck out of this guy, bro. So now I'm heated. So now I'm trying to find a guy. I can't find a guy after this. And I'm trying to find a motherfucker to go off on him, bro. Knock all this shit, right? I'm looking at the cop like, get the fuck over. The cop's not doing anything, whatever. So whatever, we get in, we calm down, it's a good time, and the Clips put on one hell of a show, man, don't they? Oh, and I just want to say, for my ego's sake, shout out to everybody. A lot of people came up to me, showed love, said what up, said they liked the brand, said they were fucking with me and all that. So I appreciate that so much, man. When I go out, I'm really like behind on orders right now, and it's hard for me to even sleep and get the fuck up and do anything. Like, not get up, but we obviously can get up, but just to deal with these orders is very difficult right now because I fucked up and I mispriced something and I don't know what's going on. And to get love out and be like, "Yo, what's up?" Like, how, like, it means a lot. So I appreciate that. But yeah, the Clips just put on a 10 out of 10 show. I mean, there's really nothing to say. These guys. Can I just say the best line though? The best favorite song was Popeyes, backed by popular demand. Those motherfuckers snapped when they did this, bro. He did like that Bron. I had that long time ago. Butt naked in the balcony on a Delano. I mean, a Delano. I mean, Pharrell, no. The DC and pre I mean, let him know. I mean, come on, bro. But he did that line, and I saw like Pharrell's homies, like Ducky Smalls and all them, like in up in the balcony, and I just love that he did that line. God, it made me listen to that song 100 times. He's like skipping around stage, like Pusha T's a monster, bro. Absolute devil type shit. But shout out to the Clips, man. I had terrible seats. Well, I guess good seats, decent seats, but none to like get any fire ass pics off. When you're in a wheelchair, everyone stands above you, and I can't goddamn get my hand above, so I had to move and like, whatever. Who cares? You're not there for the pictures. You're there for the experience. But yeah, shout out, just 10 out of 10. These guys are on such a run. It's funny because Grinding just had, and Lord Willing just had its 23 or 20 whatever year anniversary, and it's 3 probably at this point, 22, and he said it's feeling 22, and he said it's feeling just like that year right now, and I do feel like they're having just monumental year and some shit that we've never seen before. So. But yeah, dude. Sometimes I just gotta chill on these things, man. It's like, dude, I didn't get the Clipse shirt. I didn't, you know what I mean. I'm not an Ohio legend. I didn't get offered the Clipse Ohio with the Ohio thing around it. It just, bro, I just had to realize like I'm just by myself, and just sometimes people think I'm fucking mentally not even all there. Like I just think people look at, like I said on this podcast before, sometimes I think people look at my projects and think I'm just playing with blocks, man. Think I'm just playing with blocks. But man, once we get to episode 10, man, we're gonna fuck around, drop a little website. That's what I'm working on right now. So appreciate everybody listening to the podcast, fucking with the boy. A lot coming, trying to get some more guests on here. Like I said, got the hunter at Dada, designer at Dada to come on. I want to get Phil from Unheard Of in person. That would be incredible. Just a lot of cool stuff. And then my brand is just, we got these releases on hold right now, man. Shit is fucked up. But yeah, car getting stolen, life's fucked up. But hey, man, you're here. I'm here. It's all good. It's PucksOuthere podcast, episode 9. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.